everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, first of all, this is, I was saying to some parents, for me, 6 years in the making. For many of you, it could be 12 or 15. I appreciate it. Ms. Yashnik has got a cohort of musicians that we'll hear from today, and a number of smaller musicians who are trying out the recorder. We have a few selections. Did you get the program? Of course not. That's okay. I'll get the program. Okay. On the program, we have our musicians labeled, and also what we're going to do. I'm just going to ask you to take one and pass it along like school. Sorry, guys. All right. As you know, Mr. Yashnik is our music teacher. He is here just Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, we got
so this is work from students that have been working throughout the whole year. Instrumental music lessons during the day, sometimes before school, sometimes after school. They work very hard. I know in music class, the recorders, we can hear them, and I'm sure you've heard them. So the way that this program is going to work is, you should see on your program, we are going to start with our instrumental music students first, then go to the recorders, and then the 10-15 show we're going to reverse. Okay, that's why the kids are over there. Small venue. We have Nimbus happening tomorrow, and they needed the stage in the auditorium, and we at least have AC up here, and they're hot and sweaty downstairs. So, without further ado, Mr. Yashnik, thank you very much for coming.
I'd like to also thank you personally for coming and supporting your children, friends, and family. And I am happy to be involved in the first band for either a long time or ever, I'm not sure. So I also just want to give a little background info. The kids were given an opportunity to express their interest in studying music, an instrument, and they consist of sax, clarinet, what you see here, sax, clarinet, trumpet, and flute, because there was a grant in which we were given the instruments, and we wanted to get going with the program as soon as possible. So we had them fill out the form, and then they just ranked the instruments that they were most interested in. They got on their instrument, and we started learning from day one. It's basically the process of learning how to hold the instrument. Well, actually, first you got to put it together, right? Put the instrument together, and then hold it, how to sit properly, and then how to make a sound. Of course, playing songs is far from that. We do that, after we learn how to make a sound, and of course, there's some funny honks and things that come out of the instruments. If you're a band parent, then you've heard them. So, but that's all part of learning an instrument. Anybody, by show of hands, play an instrument here? Anybody study ever in their lives? Yeah. So yeah, you get it. You know that there's a process involved. So I also want to say that there have been a lot of kids that have started on an instrument and then for whatever reason decided it wasn't for them or just quit. I want to thank them personally for sticking with it. You know what? Because it's hard sometimes to play, even if you're not having success right away. But a lot of these kids, they stuck with it. I'm sorry, all of these kids stuck with it, and we're all learning together. So we're going to play some, when you learn an instrument, you just learn some long notes at first, and then you learn what we call a scale. So we're going to play a scale for you together. It's one of the first things they learn after they learn just sound production and notes. This is 6 notes going up and down. All right? Quarter notes. Here we go. 1. Everybody playing position. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. learn a wind instrument is what we refer to as articulation on the instrument. So this next scale variation will be them demonstrating how to play short and long, all right, and making sure we hear the difference. All right? One, two, Another important component of being in a band, unless you're just a small group where you direct each other, is following the conductor or the director of the band. As you can see, they're doing a good job of cutting off when I give that signal, and it's all part of a good presentation of whatever we're playing, even if it's just a scale. All right, one more variation on our scale before we go to a couple other things, and this is just putting a beat and kind of a funky rhythm to the scale. One of our students is actually going to double on some percussion. All right, Aubrey is a sax player, but we were kind of short on drummers, so she's doubling on the drums. One, two, 3, 4. Children's song that will actually also be played by the recorders in a moment. Hot Cross Funds, but it's very popular. We'll also follow that up with a second children's song. All right? One, two, three, and. Okay, so I went out of order a little bit on the program. It also said arpeggios. It's a musical term for basically a sequence of notes that if you played it all at once, it would be a chord. Right? We play them separately, and it's just basically another technical exercise that musicians do to improve themselves. All right, arpeggio. You guys ready? All 8 notes, short. G, E, D. All 8 notes, 4 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, the second to last piece we're going to play is Ode to Joy by Beethoven, a theme that I'm sure you're familiar with, and we'll put a beat to it. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, our last song is going to be the enduring classic Lean on Me, Bill Withers. And before the band finishes playing for you, I also just want to repeat what Mr. Stanton said just before we started playing, is that I really appreciate these kids, like I said, for sticking with it, really doing their best, showing up. Sometimes it's hard to be consistent, right? Even as adults, we know that. So I really appreciate them again. Don't forget to repeat. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. by the second graders in front of them.
Baba Ula La first, but the sound isn't too loud. So please play medium soft, okay? Next time we play it, it'll be much louder. Alright, you guys ready? Hold on. Okay, Baba Ula La, 4 bars in. You guys ready? Go ahead. Whoa. Please start it over. Guys, let's start over. Remember, wait for a beat, I'll bring it in. Hold on. Go ahead. And
Everybody quiet, please. Everybody quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, the first, second, and third grade classes, there's 4 of them here, have been working on the recorders since probably about October or November. So they've learned how to play. Some classes have learned how to play maybe 5 notes. Most of the songs we're doing here are just 3 notes, some are 2. And they've learned about rhythm, and as you can see, some reciting some lyrics as well. In this song, it's again hot cross buns, but their version, which includes some singing and also some rapping. I hope. Forgive me, the soundboard should be a little bit louder, but they've played it so many times, they're fine. All right, please listen, guys, stay quiet. The sound isn't that loud. Go ahead. Sophia. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, the last song we're going to play is called Prayer of the Sheep, and there is a singing and acting component to this one. that we've learned recently. You guys ready? Alright, we're going to sing and act, okay? And play. Here we go. 1. That's the end of our show for today. Until the next show in December. First, second, and third graders have been working on playing the recorder since probably October, September. One of the classes started late. But made great progress. They have learned up to 6 notes on the instruments. These songs have 2 notes and 3 notes, but they all have different rhythms. And there's also a component of reciting some lyrics, singing some lyrics, and as well as rapping. So we're going to do our first song, and boys and girls, please listen for the start of the song. All right, here we go. Baba. Ready, and. and gentlemen, our last song, and students, sorry, our last song will include an acting component. So we do have a drama teacher in the school. He's wonderful, Mr. Lucy. Excuse me. Students? Thank you. We do have an acting component in this song, which makes it a lot more fun for them. This one's our last song called Herd of Sheep. You guys ready? Here we go. Get ready. Herd of Sheep. Here we go. And I'd also especially like to thank the teachers for helping out, whether it's giving them recorders or bringing them here today, and all the assistants. Okay, before the band starts to play, I just see some of you stayed for both shows. That's wonderful. But I wanted to just let you know how the instrumental music program resulting in a Cordero band, I believe the first either in a long time or ever. I just want to explain a little about how this came about. Basically, at the beginning of the year, well, we first had to get the instruments. That was from a grant. And we had the instruments, I think, from last May. We would just ask children if they're interested, anyone from, I think, 5th to 7th or 8th grade. They would give me an interest form, and I would get them started into group lessons. They would have one lesson a week. Sometimes it was once every 10 days. They would get, basically, if anybody ever here play an instrument, any of the adults here ever play an instrument? So you understand the process. We start as simple as learning how to sit properly, open the case, put the instrument together, and then how to hold the instrument, how to make a sound. Obviously, they're way past that, but that is the genesis, the beginning of children learning how to play an instrument. It's when they first start, obviously, it's far from learning song material. But that's where we are today. We're going to play something called a scale, which is basically what a musician uses to improve their technique. It's just ascending and descending notes, and then we'll move on to song material. Okay, so we're going to start out with a scale and then have a couple variations on that scale and have a little fun with it. All right? 2, scale 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, learn is something called articulation. So basically they're learning how to start the note and then whether to play the note long or short. In this scale exercise, we demonstrate how to play short and then followed by long. One, two, ready, short. Besides learning how to read music, which is a wonderful skill that they've learned, as we'll be playing scales and songs for you in just a minute, is how to follow the conductor or the director, me in this case, and learning how to cut off together, learning when to start together, things like that. So very important skills for them to have in any part of life, following directions and playing your instrument at the same time. All right, here we go with, actually we're gonna kind of funkifize this scale exercise. Just put a little fun, funky beat to it with a drum beat. I want to mention that our drummer is also a sax player. She's doubling. So, all right. One, two, ready, and. Is called an arpeggio, and this is basically a chord that's going to be played separately. So a sequence of notes, ascending and descending. Well, something they practice, all musicians practice arpeggios when they're improving to improve their technique and musicianship. All right, here we go. 1, 8 notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, 8. We're actually repeating one of the songs I did with the first, second, and third graders, Hot Cross Buns. Then we'll play another children's song right after that to demonstrate more technique and notes. Most of the kids here know at least 6 different notes on the instrument. Some know more, like 8 or 10. One, two, ready, and. that most of you have probably heard, and we'll put a beat to it. One, two, ready, play. Okay, our last song is the classic song "Lean on Me" by GOMEZ-LOPEZ with a rock beat. And I personally wanted to thank, I don't know if Mr. Stanton's here, but Mr. Stanton and Mr. Cabrera for all the support in starting this program. I want to thank you personally for supporting your students. And I know if you're one of the band's parents and families, that you hear a lot of interesting sounds out of their instruments, but there is improvement, and as you can hear today. So I also want to thank them personally, because there was a lot of kids who, unlike them, did not stick with it. It's okay. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I want to give them a lot of credit for being up here. It's not easy to play in front of people, and for sticking with their instrument and, really persisting with it. Great job, everybody.
Yeah.